Today we're going to read a sales letter from Agora Financial that uses this one intriguing skill that keeps readers flowing to the bottom of the page. It's not creating an open loop, and just it's not about the research or the crazy intriguing headlines. No, it's a cool thing that just you have to see it to believe it, but I'm going to reveal it here shortly. So stay tuned. This is a sales letter about a free booklet on natural remedy health, and it's pretty much for health conscious individuals who want better health without all the medical practices that goes on, because people know that the medical industry is constantly getting richer and we're constantly getting sicker, and this is exposing a lot of that. And so they use the us versus them method here shortly, but they used it in the headline, how the FDA is playing hired gun for the drug business, essentially exposing that, hey, the FDA is being paid off by drugs because the drug industry has so much money. And then it says, by banning this natural cholesterol lowering secret that's better than statin drugs. It goes on to talk about a certain rice that helps with cholesterol, but there's a molecule in this rice that if extracted, it really helps with the cholesterol. But unfortunately, that same molecule was patented, and so the FDA wound up banning this extract that came from this natural rice. And this is how he leads his angle. This is how the lead starts, which is intriguing because he starts it with, look, the FDA is against you. All the FDA wants you to do is purchase their drugs. But unfortunately, their drugs are not helping you. And this is where he talks about the red yeast rice extract. And he goes down to the page to how different would today's medicine be if natural cures were widely known, promoted, and available to all. We've only been using patented medications to treat illnesses. Yet humankind, it starts to go down the list of how back in the days we had a natural remedy for everything. But all of a sudden, everything's patented, everything's a business. And now it's talking about how that red yeast extract was a miracle. But instead of having those natural extracts, we get these types of medicines, Mevacor, Prempro, Zoloft, Claritin, and we're forced to pay for the medicines available through the drug market. So that's an issue, and it's building up the intrigue and anticipation and the us versus them method, because a lot of readers want to feel included. Everybody thinks it's just women who follow the group, but unfortunately, brother, it's men as well. We all want to feel included and part of a tribe, and they use this very well. In fact, on the 16-word sales letter, I forget that by the author what the author's name was, but he talks about this method very well. And you'll see as we go down the page that they just go deeper into more and more issues and how drugs are terrible for your body. And in fact, the drugs that you are using to solve a problem are actually causing a bigger problem. And they're able to position this in a way to where the reader is starting to be like, dang, like maybe I don't know what to do. Like I got to figure out this guy's free drug report to be able to find out what the best methods are. And then they start dripping in some authority here, talking about he has been warning them before all these studies came out that these drugs were actually having an adverse effect to solving their issue. And let's get to the reveal. How he's able to keep you reading down the page in this sales letter is, it's called the but therefore so method. And you'll read all of these headlines, these subheadlines, and it keeps you going down the page because he uses the but therefore so method. And in this method, it's where what it does is it keeps your reader reading down the page, which if, as you know, the more attention your page gets, the higher likelihood they are to buy your product. The but therefore so method keeps a streamlined version of your words, and also makes it so that the way you tie your story or your copy together is consistently intriguing to your audience. So you can be like for example, I wanted to make this video today, but I struggled, therefore I didn't make it. So I ended up doing this, this, and that. But the reason is you're basically agitating what you're talking about, and it keeps them moving down the page. But that was something I really loved about this sales letter, and I think we should all do better in when we're writing copy or anything to keep our readers reading through the page. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this one. Ciao.